Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing really good. We have a wonderful project to paint together today, and that is a daffodil. It's not as hard as you'd think. I know you're wondering, where are Manny and Quinn? I don't know, they didn't show up for rehearsal today, but I bet you they have a really good excuse.
Well, finally, here we are. We were with the little orphans
That's
all
right,
day. We were so little. So little.
I bet you were with the orphans. I'll tell you what, we'll talk more about it after the video. Okay, we're ready to begin our mixing of the paint for the daffodil. Now let's check our colors. Titanium white, raw umber, raw sienna, cadmium yellow lemon, cadmium yellow, let's see, yes, Windsor yellow, cadmium yellow medium, cadmium yellow orange, alizarin crimson. This is Shiva yellow citron, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue, and dioxazine purple. Now this one, the reason I have it here, even though you might not see it on the image, is because there are times when you need to tone the yellow down a little bit, and so our purple, since it's the opposite on the color wheel, will help us to do that. I'm not sure I'm going to use it, but it's available for us. Okay, so let's begin mixing, and I will try to go from lighter to darker. We are ready to start this beautiful painting. So to do that, let's begin with the outer petals. There we go. You probably noticed when I was mixing that I mixed two different kinds of yellows. One yellow was more like this one, has just a touch of green in it, a cooler yellow. And then I also mixed one that has a little bit more orange in it, a warmer yellow. So when you're painting this, if you have not gotten to the point where you are using cools and warms, you need to learn what that is, and it will greatly improve your paintings. We're putting a little edge of color here. All right, we have a vein here. Comes down, it's a little bit lighter. Along with Another area here. You're going to notice that on this painting, a lot of things are repetitive. There's a shadow right here, so I'm kind of trying to make a little bit of a pattern here. You see the pattern? If you look on the painting, you'll see a little bit of a shadow that is cast from this petal, I believe. It might surprise you when I was mixing the colors how many greens I used. Huh? Most people would just take yellow and lighten and darken that, but there actually was a lot of, or is a lot of greens in here. Our next biggest shadows on this side. Here we go. Alright, let's see. We'll move on to the shadow. That's okay if, as you're painting, you draw before you paint an area. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to have every single detail drawn ahead of time. The light continues here. There is a little bit of light right on this edge. Okay. Also, we have, even in the shadow, there's a little bit of light right here. We'll continue further past the shadow. Now the area around it, you might have noticed I put in some color. This is not the final color, but I put some quick acrylic down, more to help me gauge these colors. Also the white, you notice I added white down here. And the reason why, as I had mentioned in another video, is because yellow is not a great covering color. And instead of waiting to put layers and layers, I put in white first. The board I'm using is a beige color, so this color helps it then to, the white helps it to stand out better, to be brighter, the yellow. Okay, we're almost finished with this one. Just a few more little details. Little shadow right here. It's also a little bit of a stronger orange right there. Okay, we're going to one of the darker parts of the painting, and that is right here. In fact, I don't think I made it dark enough. Let's go a little darker. Yep, it's more like that. And we start working our way outward. Many times these petals have like these little lines or veins. It's important to do them because it's part of the look of the overall look of that particular flower. Now we're going to connect this a little bit to the shadows. I almost got rid of my shadow accidentally. Don't worry. Start heading towards the lightest part of the petal. Part here doesn't have as much light as the top. Okay. We come around. Let's begin with the side area here. This is a shadow. Okay, there's another shadow right here. Why don't we have it going upwards? A little bit here. Here. we need a yellow with a little more orange as we come closer to the shadow. And pull it around. It's looking beautiful already. Okay, we'll repeat basically the same process here. The orangey yellow is leaving the shadow there. And we'll move on to the stronger, stronger yellow. As you probably know from my other videos, in a little bit we will start to blend everything together. It's really one of my favorite parts, is the blending. To watch it all come together. You notice sometimes, look here, like this, I do little tiny lines. Those are lines that will help me in blending. Because when there's lines, there's not that much paint there. It's just enough paint for me to stretch. Let's stick a little bit of highlights here. Okay, I believe we're ready to move on to the next section, and that's the inside. So let's begin that. I'm drawing there's a little part of the flower here, I don't know what it's called. I'm sure some of you do. And in fact, let's see who's the first person to put it down in the comments and tell us all what is that part called right there. The part I'm painting right now. Okay, I'm trying to match, see these waves here? I'm trying to match them up to where they're going to finally extend. This one probably like that. I'm confused there. Let me come this way. Okay. Now I need to see how far I will extend out the shadow down here. There's also a little bit more of a burnt orange in here. Of course, as I come forward, then the colors has to get lighter. Now you notice I'm leaving this open because there's light that is hitting this edge. We're moving right along. Now some of my shadow lines have disappeared, so we gotta put them back in. At first they were more of guidelines, but now we need a little bit of shadow here. Let's finish that little edge right there that I never did. And that's part of the top part right here. I don't know how I missed over here too. Okay, what am I doing next? The next step I am doing is I am going to pull the shadows just a little bit. So the area will not look flat. Okay, it's a little detailed, but it does help. Okay, we've gotten to my favorite part, and that is the blending of the daffodil. As I've explained before, what you do is you get a soft brush, not too soft, not too hard, not bristly, and we were going to gently blend the colors together, not like this, but low and in different directions very lightly. If your brush gets dirty, clean it. And at the end of that, more than likely I'll go back and do slight retouches. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, I think that's basically it. I really hope you enjoyed following along with me. Thanks.
Abel, you don't have to believe us, but the orphans made you this with their own little hands.
A toy for me? Wow. I'm sorry I ever doubted you guys. I feel really bad. I'll tell you what. Hold on. I want to help out the orphans too. So, why don't you guys just take that back to them, okay? All right. Thanks, guys. Ooh, I feel really bad about it. They're really nice guys.